You don't want men at this thing, do you?
We totally do.
You
We're
do?
actually marketing it.
Okay, what is the tour? Tell
So
us.
the tour's called Hot Mess.
What is it about?
Because it's about midlife and menopause.
Okay.
So in essence...
I'll move. I'll leave the room now.
No, seriously, women go through this brilliant thing called reverse puberty. That's the nickname for it, a nickname for it. And everybody goes through puberty, right?
Yeah.
Men
Yes.
and women. And it's crunchy for some people. There's pimples, there's
That's why high school's such a
anger,
crazy
there's-
time.
Yeah, there's this identity-forming hormonal storm happening inside your bodies. Well, women go through reverse puberty, and we've started talking about it now, which is good.
Why have you just started talking about it? I know you've just had a tour, but what made you decide we need to talk about this?
Well, I was seen in inverted commas when I commented on a post about 4 years ago. I was like, did some rant like, I'm so furious, and people are like, oh, going through the change, are we?
Oh!
And I was like, I honestly,
really?
I died. I was in my room on my own, and I died. I blushed, my heart rate sped up, I started sweating. I was like, how dare they see me? I am not going through that change. But I was at the beginning of this reverse puberty, which every woman who gets to be of a certain age goes through, and they live with men and other women. So that's why we're saying, bring a sweaty date. So it's bring your messy mates, bring a sweaty date. Because to tell you the truth, I think the men experience it as well when they're hanging out with their wāhine. Like if you're in a household with a woman who is in her reverse puberty, you know about it, right? But if you understand what's happening inside her brain and body and support her, it's a world of difference.
Well, you say we know about it. We don't really know about it.
You're just like, who is this person I married that I thought I knew?
Well, we had these conversations, and I remember my wife and I being somewhere, and we had this conversation with somebody else, and then all of a sudden, somebody made kind of a little quip saying, oh, it's menopausal. And then I looked at her, my wife, and my wife looked at me, and I thought, well, this is my opportunity to get out of this conversation because we don't really know.
Yeah.
You're saying it's reverse puberty and stuff, which is great. We get an understanding. But I think for the most part, and you said encourage guys to come along so they can be aware to support their wives or whatever, and be aware of the situation. But would you say that a lot of men...
Yeah, I'd say heaps of men and heaps of women. It's new. It's a new conversation. It's a new public conversation. I think a lot of women have suffered in silence. I think my grandmother was given electric shock therapy and put on very significant drugs because they just didn't know what was going on with her, and she wasn't sure either. So there have been really negative consequences for not understanding this incredible physiological change.
So for a lot of people, probably myself included, I'm a little bit younger, probably not at that stage yet for my wife.
You're still in the breeding years.
What is okay, menopause, you hear this word thrown, perimenopause. What is perimenopause?
Perimenopause is the lead up to menopause.
Pre-menopause?
Yeah, it's before. So menopause is actually just a single day. It's the day 12 months after your last menstruation.
Wow.
And then you're in postmenopause. So it is literally the pausing of menstruation.
Yeah.
And that actually stops. It isn't pause, it just stops entirely.
Do you think there's a lot of women around who maybe not mentally prepared for, or maybe just not knowing at all what's going to happen, and then are really caught by the changes that are like, okay, I feel like a different person. My mind is working different now. Energy levels, all that kind of stuff catches them off guard.
Yeah, I really do. And I think hopefully because of things like Hot Mess, because of things like the kōrero, that Nikki Bazant, who I do the tour with, she's written a couple of books about it, because we're discussing it now and it's less shameful to be going through the change. I really think that, I hope not to have the car park conversations I was having 3 years ago where I stood talking to a woman who said, I think I've got dementia. I think I must have cancer. I don't understand why I feel like this.
Wow.
So when you don't know what's happening and all these little things start changing and rearranging, you're like, what the heck is going on?
Would you be able to give some examples? And I know everyone's personal experience will be very different, right? But say the woman you're talking to, or other examples of when they say, I don't know why I feel like this.
Yeah.
What does that kind of look like? Or what kind of changes are you sort of talking about, maybe mentally, or...
Well, I know that
people are grappling with.
Yeah, well, Nikki Bazant's identified 42 signs. I never call them symptoms because we don't need to pathologise or turn menopause into a disease. It really is a transitional.
Natural.
It's a natural thing. But for one in like maybe 20% of women, it's very, very challenging physically or potentially psychologically. For 20% of women, they don't even realise. They just take a cardi off because they walk one day.
The hot flushes.
But probably for 60% of us, you're dealing with potential joint pain, breast pain. You're dealing with sleep disturbances, with cognition and mood swings, rage, cognition issues like forgetfulness. She said, like, what am I saying? Forgetfulness. And like you can just feel enraged for no particular reason. But then also energy levels, and did I already say that one?
No. This is great. You mentioned, we quickly touched on, you've done this tour before, the Hot Mess Tour, and it was a sellout.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool
amazing.
success.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the success stories that came out as a result of that, or people coming up to you guys and saying, oh, where have you been, type of thing.
Oh, there's just something very, there's something magnificent about being in a room full of women. Christians know this. If you get in a room full of women who kind of are in the same space as you, there's a solidarity and a kind of I don't know, there's something magical about it.
Yep.
For me, there's something like really special about being in a room where you're like, yep, this is us. Like we are facing this season and we don't have to do it alone. And we're not weird. We're not broken. We're not wrong. We're actually in a stage of life that needs support, needs allies, and also needs our compassion. There's a real sense of joy. There's a sense of camaraderie, like being like, oh my goodness, I'm so relieved to know like there's nothing wrong with me. Like I might be facing challenges. Like I got a shoulder bursitis and I was like, what did I do? How did I get this sore shoulder? Part of that is to do with falling estrogen levels.
Wow.
And so women can have these quite significant pains and issues, but it's understanding, this is about the lowering of estrogen.
Absolutely.
So the first event is 14th of August. So
this Thursday.
Yeah, exciting.
14 tickets left for that one at the Pump House in Takapuna.
Almost totally sold out.
Yeah, almost that one.
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. It's such a freaky thing.
And then every few sort of days after that, going all around the country, Hamilton, Stratford, Auckland Central again, Christchurch, Wellington, Dunedin, Whānau. This is a big tour.
Yeah.
You must be excited about all of this.
I'm freaked out.
Is this just you two? Is this you and Nikki?
Yeah, Nikki, myself, and another wonderful woman called Louise Giles, who used to run Parachute, like a lot of Parachute Music Festival. She used to do a lot of organising of PR and all sorts of things at Parachute. And then she did Easter Camp. She was the 2IC of Easter Camp for years.
Oh, so you're going to have a very organised tour.
She is so organised. I'm like, oh my Lord, your gift, your fruit of the spirit is spreadsheets. Like it's wow.
But you've done it before. You've been on this tour before.
But it's bigger. It's bigger. And
That's
I
so
don't know.
good.
There's something about me that's like, okay, help.
Okay, so for someone that's listening that's maybe like, oh, this sounds like maybe it could be kind of me. What's the kind of style of the event? Is it like a sit down and PowerPoint presentation?
Nah.
Is it conversation or what?
Well, Nikki and I basically, it's a bit of audience participation, but we do it. It's PowerPoint free.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
come
nice.
in, sit down,
Good.
theatre styles. Like have a drink with your friends before you arrive. Like connect and gather. Come along, sit down, and it's hopefully really useful information. Like there are things women are facing, like why is my weight changing? Like why is my body doing different things? Why is my brain feeling like this? So the idea is to give women really useful information, and then to talk through some of the psychology around what we can do and how we can approach this season, because our approach to the season will change things. So I'm hoping for laughs. I don't know if we've had tears. That would be a bonus.
You'll get some laughs if you're there. How long is the session for?
It's about an hour and a half, and then we take Q&A, so women can just ask questions.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, get their issues aired.
Well, you're definitely the right person for this, Petra,
Absolutely.
because you're not
boy.
afraid of like awkward or tough conversations.
So true.
You love going anywhere.
And it's
So-
going to be fun with you at the helm as well. You're going to have a fun night.
I definitely hope so.
How do people get tickets?
They go to hotmesstour.nz. How easy is that? Hot Mess Tour.
That's pretty
Because
cool.
this midlife season's a bit of a hot mess.
I like it. I think it's great. Well, if you want to get tickets here, hotmesstour.nz, all the dates are on there and you can go along, get a group together. And men, welcome too.
So welcome.
Anyone who's associated with,
Yes,
I guess,
so
a
welcome.
menopausal situation.
Bring a woman, bring a man, and you get $5 off both tickets.
There you go.